Hello, mate. Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, Steve. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Yeah.
Good, good. Yeah, I'm fantastic, mate. It's Simon from Heavy Mag here in Brisbane, Queensland.
Okay.
It's so fantastic to talk to you, mate. How's your day been?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Well, it's just starting. Is it morning over there? Morning.
No, I'm in Perth.
Oh, you're in Perth. You're already here. That's right. Fantastic. Because
Yeah.
the tour's kicking off in, like, what is it, 8 days?
Yeah, well,
Mate.
yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah. Well, seven for British Line, I think.
Yeah, mate. That's fantastic. And, mate, you're already here. You're in Perth. How's it all going this time around in Australia so far?
Yeah, just acclimatising, trying to get over the old jet lag and all that.
Oh,
I mean, I've played here enough times to know that when you come this time around the world, it's always a bit of a pain to try and get over the time differences. So we're out here a bit early.
Mate, it's a long flight, isn't it?
It is.
So, for the first time in a long time, obviously you've been over here with Maiden more times than we could ever know, but this time round, it's with British Lion for the first time ever.
That's right, yeah. So, I'm pleased to be here for both bands, but obviously for British Lion, it's for this. I was excited for the rest of the guys because they've never been here before, even as tourists. So,
wow.
It's really, it's a big thing for them. And obviously for the first time with British Lion to play here, it's really good.
Nice.
And obviously with Maiden, it's been a while since we've been here as well. So it's good all round.
Mate. And are you going to play tour guide with these guys, or?
Yeah, tour guide, tour manager. Yeah.
Mate, beautiful, beautiful. Have you kept count of how many times you've been to Australia?
No, I don't really count how many times I've been to a country, but I've been coming here since '82, so it's quite a few times.
Mate, I was born in '83. Bloody hell.
Well, that's scary. That's scary for me, anyway.
Oh, I bet. But you're still doing it, which is bloody fantastic.
Yeah,
mate. So it's well known that comparing the two, Iron Maiden is what it is and the beast that it is. But British Lion, it's something a bit different. And would you? I'd love for you to give you the opportunity to talk about that a little bit more and what British Lion means to you, mate.
Well, it's just I've known the guys a long time, and when I first was helping them back in the 90s with stuff, I was sort of managing them, doing all kinds of stuff, and so basically when it sort of imploded, I just thought, when I've been working on stuff with them, and I thought these songs are just too good, not to see the light of day. So I thought the only way to really do it is grab it by the scruff of the neck and be in the band myself and just get it out there. And so it means a lot because, I've known those guys a long time, and we've been together, the same unit together for 12 years now. So
wow.
We've been, we're a proper band now. When it started off, it was kind of a bit bits and pieces, whatever. So there was a few different people who played on those songs. But after playing live, we've had the same lineup for the last 12 years. So it's really, a proper band. Has been for a long time now. I think it's just getting better and better.
Fantastic, mate. And you had the first self-titled record, 2012, and they had the Burning in 2020. When just before times became very different for everyone. And is there plans for the future as far as recordings go?
Yeah, I mean, we've got 2 new songs already in the set anyway. We did a lot of new songs before the Burning album. We played them live, quite a lot, probably 2/3 of the album actually we played live before we actually recorded it. So we've got 2 new songs now in the set. And we'll just keep adding new songs as they come along. So that's the idea anyway.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. 12 years, that's a feat for any band. And it's so fantastic that just on the outsider looking in, and a fan looking in, that you managed to keep the core of the band, or all of the members. 12 years is a long time. So that's fantastic.
It is, but I suppose we don't get to tour as much as like a normal band would. I mean, obviously, I feel sorry for the guys in a lot of ways because they're just hanging around for me a lot of the time. But they have other jobs and stuff that they do anyway, so it wouldn't be possible to tour all the time anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we just go out and go for it, and whenever we get a chance to do a full-on tour, it's great. And doing stuff like this as well, I mean, it's just special for them to come in and play a country they've never even been to, let alone played. So it's exciting.
That's fantastic. And is there any, just off the top of your head, is there any, I'll just talk Queensland specific, is there anywhere where you're going to take the boys? Like, is there sort of something on the itinerary that you must do?
Well, I just don't know if there's going to be a lot of time, to be honest. I mean, they'll have more time than me because obviously every show I'm doing with British Lion the following day I'm playing with Maiden, so they'll have time to go and do a bit of sightseeing on those days. I don't know if they'll come. They probably won't come to all the Maiden shows. I don't know. They might come to a couple, but they'll have more time to go and do stuff. So I don't know what sort of time I'm going to have. But I suppose I could probably give them a few pointers or whatever. But I've also got quite a lot of family in Australia. Some in Brisbane, funny enough.
Oh wow.
Some in Melbourne as well. I've also got family in Auckland, New Zealand. So I'll be trying to fit that in as well.
Mate, what a schedule. Far out. Hey, now Tony Moore is joining you guys along for the ride.
Yep.
Mate, a long history with that man.
Yeah, we go back to 1977, so it's a long time ago. And, we get on really well. I love what he's doing. I absolutely love what he's doing. So that's why I want to take him out, with us as much as I can, just to get him out there. It's a very special show that he's doing. I think people just need to get there early and see it. They won't be disappointed with him because it's I don't know. I can't even explain what it's like. He's doing something very unique. I don't know anyone else is doing anything what he's doing at the moment. So it's kind of special, I think.
Fantastic, mate. And I implore, at any show, I implore people to get there early because some of the most amazing, talented people from young to old actually do open the show. And I'll be honest, I've missed out on some amazing opening acts in the past, and you regret it. So people get along.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Back in the day when AC/DC first came to England, I went to see a band called Backstreet Crawler at the Marquee in London, and AC/DC was supporting. And I didn't even know who they were, and I got there early and I saw them. And then they did a couple of headlines there a couple of weeks later, and I went to them. And so, if I hadn't got there earlier, I would have missed it.
Right. As you're sitting in Perth, and what a part of AC/DC, that part of the world means to Bon Scott. So unbelievable, mate. Yeah. It's
It just goes to show you how old I am as well.
Mate, it's I could only imagine the tales that someone like yourself has, and it's where do we begin with the years you've been playing music and the memories you must have?
I know, yeah. Talked about it with other people in interviews about doing a book, but it would take a long time. To sort out because I could probably do a whole book on just the early times. So,
I bet.
But at some point I'd like to do one.
Mate, you maybe do volume 1 and try and get to volume 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, just getting one out would be tough because I know what it's like. Just even I've written a few forwards for different people's books, and even the time it takes to do that, it's like, well, it's going to take me forever to do a book. So
and trying to give the memories and the stories justice, because one thing is thinking it, but putting it to paper, it is an art form in itself, I believe.
I would have thought so, yeah. So but yeah, I mean, I've got a really good memory for all that stuff back in those days. For a lot of fond memories, but yeah, it would take a lot of time.
Oh, mate. Well, I hope that one day you are able to do that. That would be fantastic for so many music lovers. Now, one question I always like to throw at people is, and I'm going to keep this specific to British Lion because, as you said, you could write 4 or 5 books on the other band. One of your favourite memories of British Lion. What's one of the first memories that pops in your mind for British Lion, mate? Live?
Well, I think when we did the very first gig, we played a bike club in Faro in Portugal. That was, I mean, basically going back further than that, in the 90s, they did funny enough, they did a short tour of Portugal, and I got up and did a song with them in a place called Celia, which is sort of in the middle of nowhere, really. There wasn't loads of people there back then either. But when we played for the first time with the lineup we still have now after 12 years, it was amazing. And, we sold out like 600 people or whatever it was. And, it was fantastic. So it was very, very special. Wow. The fact that it was the first night with that, playing some stuff some of the stuff had been written a long time before that, and the band had imploded back in the 90s. I mean, back when I was helping them and all that stuff, there was loads that's kind of been documented that I did help them back then with a lot of things, but, it's just wanted to, I thought I'm going to take the band by the scruff of the neck, get it out there, and it was just, that first show was just proof that it was the right thing to do.
Fantastic, mate. Yeah, full circle. Fantastic. Fruition, all those great words. Fantastic, mate. Now, obviously, the stadium shows that you're used to, the the worldwide tours where you've got people in the palm of your hand, and then you have British Lion playing venues that you would call more intimate. And obviously Maiden's goal has always been to be engaging, and that you have done. But do you find, I want to throw this question at you simply because of the situation with both bands. British Lion are playing some more intimate venues. Does that give you any memories of the early days of Maiden and coming back to those more intimate
definitely.
moments?
Without a doubt. It definitely gives memories of early day Maiden. It gives I remember the challenge that it was as well, and it's the same sort of challenge to go out there and prove to people what you can do. And although there's some people that will come and know the songs, from the albums and stuff, but there's also a lot of people that sort of just come to check it out, see what they think of it, maybe sitting on the fence with it perhaps. And that's what it was like with Maiden in the early days as well. You had to go every night, you had to go out there and just fight for that. Yep. And to prove what the band can do, and I like that challenge. I mean, it's a whole different thing with Maiden now. We still go out and give 110% every night. I think everyone knows that. But I think when you're playing small clubs and you're wondering whether people are even going to turn up, especially when you go to a new country like this, or for example, it's the first time in for British Lion, so you don't even know if you're going to have that many people there or not. So it's that kind of edginess that. It's a challenge. I like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And like as I've said a few times, you've done this a fair while. You've been here a lot. Some of these venues that you're playing with British Lion, have you ever actually played at some of these venues?
No, that's the thing. That's another thing, because although it's the first time in a country for the lads, it's the first time for me to play these venues. I've never played those venues before, so we didn't, we bypassed those venues. Even when we first came to Australia in '82, we were playing places that were bigger than that, and because we'd already had 3 albums out by then.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it was doing well around the world anyway. So it was a whole different ball game, really. It's the same thing in Europe. I played a lot of venues now with British Lion. Famous type venues, like, I don't know, for example, just one thing to mind, like the Milky Way in Amsterdam.
Yes.
And I never got to play that with British Lion, or with Maiden, and I did with British Lion because with Maiden, we took a Kiss as a support, and we did so well on it that we just bypassed those size venues.
Exactly.
So when I went back there with British Lion, it was just nice to play like a famous club like that,
mate.
That I'd never had a chance to play before.
Oh, what a spin out! What a spin out! Wow. Well, I'll speak for one venue, the Triffid in Brisbane. It's actually an old boat hangar. So it's actually like a round like floor to the ceiling to the ground. It's like round. It's like looks like it's like an old hangar. It's a ship hangar, which is a crazy venue. So looking forward to.
Sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
It's got a lot of history, that venue, and it was once, I don't know if it is now, but I don't know if you've ever heard of the Australian band Powderfinger, but it was once owned by, or maybe still owned by, one of the members of that band. So yeah.
No, I don't know. I'm not aware of them.
Yeah. So anyway, the Australian listeners will know who they are. So yeah.
I'll check them out now. I'll check them out.
Yeah. Their singer Bernard Fanning, he's got an incredible voice. A very emotive sort of rock band in the early days. They had some for their whole career, but the early stuff was just so alive. It was unbelievable. So yeah, there you go. A bit of history there. Well, mate, I know you're a busy man. Enjoy your time in Australia. I look forward to seeing you live, and I've had the honour of seeing you live once before in 2008, back in Melbourne. And yeah, mate, enjoy your time.
I will do. Cheers, mate.
All right, mate. Thank you so much for your time, Steve. Cheers.
Yeah, likewise. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Thanks, Simon.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.